You feel it, don't you?
That subtle, unspoken gap between who people seem to be and who they really are. You see it in the smile of a coworker on a Monday morning that is too bright. You hear it in the forced laughter at a party that does not quite reach the eyes. It is the sense that you are constantly interacting with carefully constructed masks. These are not just polite social graces. It feels like something much deeper is at play. You observe the world and see polished performances, rehearsed opinions, and guarded hearts. But what are they truly hiding behind that curtain? What are the hidden rules that govern their anxieties, their ambitions, and their sudden outbursts? For centuries, we have looked for a key to unlock the human psyche. The truth is, that key has been available for decades. The psychiatrist and psychoanalyst Carl Jung provided a map to this hidden inner world. A map that allows you to see the patterns everyone else misses. This video will give you 9 profound psychological truths inspired by his work. These truths will act as your guide to finally read anyone instantly. But before we dive in, it is crucial that you understand something. This video is not a simple list you can skip through. It is a journey structured in 3 distinct parts, and each one builds upon the last. First, we will explore the persona, the social mask we present to the world. Next, we will journey deeper into the shadow, the hidden, repressed part of ourselves. Finally, we will uncover the path to the true self, the integrated and whole person we are meant to become. If you skip a part, the entire framework will crumble, and the deepest insights will be lost. So stay with me for this entire journey, because the payoff is immense. Now, for the sake of intellectual honesty, it is important to state that these truths are inspired by Jung's vast body of work. They are not a definitive list, he wrote, but a synthesis of his most powerful ideas, translated for the modern world. This is not about learning tricks to manipulate people. It is about gaining a level of perception that fosters profound, compassionate understanding. Understanding this framework will fundamentally change how you see everyone. More importantly, it will change how you see yourself. Are you ready to stop seeing the performance and start seeing the person? Then let's begin the journey. It all starts with a single, universal idea that you already know intimately. Every person you meet, including the one in the mirror, wears a mask. In the Jungian tradition, this is called the persona. The persona is not who you are. It is who you need to be to survive in society. It is your social resume, your smile on a first date, your professional voice on a Zoom call. It is the curated version of you, designed for acceptance and to smooth social friction. And understanding it gives us our very first truth. Truth number 1 is that the social mask is primarily a tool for survival, not a tool for conscious deception. Most people are not being fake on purpose. They are instinctively protecting their vulnerable core. Think of a new employee in an office environment with high pressure. They might appear relentlessly positive, agreeable, and eager to please, even when they feel overwhelmed. This is not because they are a liar. It is because their persona has calculated that this is the best strategy to gain acceptance, avoid conflict, and secure their position. The mask is not the lie. It is the armor. The tension you feel from them, that slight strain, is the gap between the mask and their true feelings. That tension is your first clue. But the persona does more than just hide our true feelings. It also shapes how we see others. This brings us to our second profound truth.
This powerful concept is called projection.
Projection is when we unconsciously take an aspect of our own personality that we cannot accept and we attribute it to someone else. Consider that person you know who is relentlessly critical of others for showing off on social media. They mock the vacation photos, the gym selfies, and the posts about personal achievements, calling them arrogant and superficial. According to a Jungian perspective, this intense judgment might not be about the other person at all. It could be a projection of their own repressed desire for recognition and validation. They want to be seen, but a part of them believes that desire is shameful, so they attack it when they see it in others. That irrational annoyance you feel towards someone is often the whisper of a disowned part of yourself. It is a signpost pointing directly to something you have buried. And the things we project onto others are powerful clues. These clues point directly to a hidden part of ourselves we will uncover in Part 2, the shadow.
For now, just notice it.
Notice where your judgment is the loudest. Now, the persona does not just project, it also bends to social pressure. This leads us to our third truth. Humans are tribal creatures, hardwired for connection and belonging. But the cost of entry into any group is a degree of conformity. We subtly adjust our opinions, our humor, and even our values to align with the tribe. Think about a first date. You might find yourself passionately agreeing that you love a certain genre of music you have never actually listened to. Or you might downplay a hobby you cherish because you worry it will sound strange or nerdy. This is not a malicious act. It is the persona working overtime to build rapport and avoid the primal fear of rejection. Each time we do this, we trade a small piece of our authentic self for a hit of social acceptance. Done occasionally, it is harmless. But when it becomes a chronic pattern, our persona can grow so thick that we forget who we were before we put it on. We start to believe we really do love that music, and we forget the hobbies we once held dear. This is the true danger of the persona. Not that others will be fooled by it, but that we will. If these first few truths about the persona are already changing how you see the world around you, then our journey is just beginning. This is only the surface layer. We're about to go much, much deeper into the human psyche. If you are ready for that journey and want more insights like these, consider taking a moment to subscribe. Join our community of fellow seekers as we continue to explore the map of the human soul together. We have explored the persona, the polished mask we show to the world. But that is only what is shown. To find the real truth, the hidden drivers of behavior, we have to go deeper. We must turn and face what is hidden in the dark. Welcome to the realm of the shadow. The shadow is everything we have repressed and disowned about ourselves. It is not just bad things like anger or selfishness. It is also our unlived potential, our creativity, our power, and our vulnerability. And this reveals our fourth truth. We mistakenly believe the shadow is a monster to be slain. But Jung taught that it is a source of immense energy and vitality. Imagine a man who works a stable job in accounting that crushes his soul. He is seen as sensible, reliable, and maybe a little boring. But in his youth, he dreamed of being a rock guitarist. He repressed that dream because it seemed impractical and irresponsible. That unlived musician is part of his shadow. It is not evil. It is a source of passion and creativity he has locked away. His occasional feelings of depression or emptiness are symptoms of this repressed gold. To become whole, he does not need to destroy the accountant. He needs to integrate the hidden musician. The shadow is not the enemy. It is the part of you waiting to be reclaimed. But because we ignore it, the shadow finds ways to make itself known. This leads to our fifth truth. The shadow cannot be contained forever. It leaks out in what we call Freudian slips, in accidental remarks, in dark humor, and in sudden, inexplicable moods. A joke that feels a little too pointed and personal is not just a joke. It is often the shadow using humor as a vehicle to express a resentment that the persona is forbidden to show. The person who boasts of his strength is revealing a fear of his weakness. This is because our conscious mind speaks in sentences, but the shadow speaks in symbols and symptoms. Now, before we go to the next truth, ask yourself a question. Who is that one person that irritates you for no logical reason? That celebrity, that coworker, that public figure. According to Jung, you might be looking directly at a piece of your own shadow that you projected onto them. Think about it. This leakage is most visible when the shadow sees something it wants, which brings us to our sixth truth. When you feel an intense, almost chemical dislike for someone you barely know, pay very close attention. That contempt is often a map to your own shadow. Perhaps you feel a burning envy toward a friend who quits their job to travel the world. The persona scoffs at their irresponsibility and lack of direction. But the shadow whispers, "I wish I had that freedom." The contempt is a defense mechanism to protect your ego from the painful truth that you were too afraid to take that same risk. The person you despise for being the center of attention may be embodying the confidence your shadow craves. Your criticism acts as a shield against the pain of your own unrealized potential. So are we doomed to be controlled by these hidden forces, these masks and shadows? Are we just a collection of projections and repressed desires? Not according to Jung. There is a path toward wholeness, a way to integrate these warring parts of ourselves. And that is what we will explore in our final part. So we are not just a collection of masks and shadows. Beneath the persona and beyond the shadow lies the central organizing principle of the psyche. Jung called this the self. The self is not your ego. It is the total, whole you. It is the wise, centered core of your being that seeks integration and authenticity. The lifelong journey of integrating the persona and the shadow to connect with this core is our seventh truth. Jung called this journey individuation. It is the process of becoming the individual you were always meant to be, distinct from the collective pressures of society. It is not a quick fix or a weekend workshop. It is the dedicated work of a lifetime. Think of the artist who spends decades honing their craft, not for fame, but because the act of creation makes them feel most alive. Or the parent who learns to face their own childhood trauma so they do not pass it down to their children. These are acts of individuation. They are conscious choices to move away from the demands of the persona and toward the wisdom of the self. It is the brave act of shedding who you are supposed to be to finally become who you are. But this path is rarely easy, which leads us to one of the most powerful truths of all. This is a paradoxical but profoundly liberating idea. We tend to see our traumas, our deepest pains, and our greatest shames as things to be overcome, fixed, or hidden. But in Jungian psychology, these wounds are the very gateway to our greatest strengths. The person who was abandoned as a child might develop a profound capacity for empathy and creating chosen family. The individual who battled a crippling fear of public speaking may become the most compelling and authentic communicator. Your wound carves out a space within you, and it is within that exact space that your unique gifts can grow. It is like the Japanese art of kintsugi, where broken pottery is repaired with gold lacquer. The break is not hidden, it is highlighted as a beautiful and essential part of the object's history. Your pain is not a mark of failure, it is the blueprint for your unique purpose. This personal journey connects us to something much larger than ourselves. And this brings us to our ninth and final truth. Jung proposed the existence of the collective unconscious. This is a shared, inherited layer of human consciousness filled with universal symbols, myths, and archetypes that connect all of humanity. The hero's journey, the wise old mentor, the great flood. These stories appear in cultures all across the globe that had no contact with one another. This means your personal struggle is not just yours alone. Your private battle with your shadow is a modern echo of the ancient myths of battling the dragon. Your quest for meaning and purpose mirrors every hero's journey ever told. When you feel lost, afraid, or alone in your struggle, remember that you are tapping into a story that is as old as humanity itself. You are part of a vast, invisible web of shared human experience. And knowing this provides the ultimate context for our own lives. It connects your small story to the great story. Okay. That is a lot of theory. The persona, the shadow, the self, the collective unconscious. This knowledge is powerful, but it can also be a recipe for loneliness. As the top comment on the video that inspired this one pointed out, seeing everyone this clearly can make you feel isolated. Let's change that. Here is how you actually use this to connect, not just analyze. Here is a 3-step framework for turning this knowledge into empathy. First, when you notice someone's social mask, do not dismiss them as fake. Acknowledge the persona as the armor it is, and then get curious about the person wearing it. Instead of thinking, they're so artificial, try thinking, I wonder what they're protecting right now. Ask gentle, open-ended questions that go one level deeper than small talk. Show genuine interest, not in their performance, but in their experience. This simple shift in perspective changes you from a judge into a compassionate observer. Second, when you see a crack in the mask, a slip of the tongue, a moment of irrational anger or intense envy, your instinct might be to judge or pull away. Resist that urge. Instead, meet the shadow with quiet curiosity. Instead of thinking, wow, that was an ugly thing to say, try thinking, I wonder what pain that comment comes from. You do not have to excuse bad behavior, but you can choose to see it as a symptom of a wound rather than the sum of their character. This gives you the emotional space to respond with grace instead of reacting with defensiveness. And finally, the third and most important step. The fastest way to connect with the real person behind the persona is to have the courage to lower your own. Authenticity is an invitation. Share a small, appropriate vulnerability. I have to admit that I'm feeling quite nervous.
Talk about a time you failed.
Find humor in your own mistake. When you offer a piece of your real, unpolished self, you give the other person permission to do the same. This is how you move from analysis to authentic connection. So today, we have taken a remarkable journey. We started by seeing the persona, the social mask we all wear for survival. Then we went deeper to face the disowned and repressed parts of our shadow. From there, we discovered the path toward the integrated self, where our wounds become our wisdom. And finally, we learned how to use this profound knowledge not to stand apart, but to connect more deeply. In the beginning, I promised you a key to read anyone. But I hope you see now that the goal is not just to read people. That is a lonely ambition. The true purpose of this wisdom is to understand that what drives them also drives you. Their masks are your masks. Their shadows are your shadows. Their longing for wholeness is your longing for wholeness. Seeing the world through this lens does not make you a mind reader. It makes you human in the deepest sense of the word. The journey to read anyone is and always was the journey to finally read yourself. For the honest ones in the room, for the fellow seekers who felt something shift during this video, this conversation does not have to end here. The comment section can be more than just comments. It can be a space for collective reflection. So, I have a question for you. Which of these truths revealed the most about your own shadow? Comment below with the one that made you pause and look inward. Let us build something honest together. And if you want to continue this journey of individuation, be sure to subscribe and join our community. Thank you for watching.